Hi everyone, welcome to Rita's Intuition 777. Today I'm going to be doing a monthly spread for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for December 2020. If this should resonate, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If it doesn't resonate, please don't force it to fit. Now I'm talking really fast, but I don't want to make the read long. I know people prefer shorter reads and they probably easier for them to get the whole message. Right, so behind the mask at the bottom of the deck, I have pre-shuffled the deck. Yeah, I have pre-shuffled, but obviously I'll shuffle again on camera. But I did shuffle before I set the camera. But yeah, behind the mask has come up. So someone may not have previously presented as their real self, as their true authentic self, but they may be coming back. Got family at the bottom of the deck. Can you give me a card for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for? So I'm going to get an Oracle card out first. I won't read the Oracle card until the end of the reading, but we can still get the energy from it. Right, so you've got a consciousness lack. Is that you or is that someone else? Because everything you want seems to be available to you, but you're not actually seeing it. Or is that someone else that everything they wanted was available to them through you and they didn't see it? And now there's conflict because the waters are rocky now. And it's hard for them to actually access you, or it's hard for you to access somebody else. Please switch the roles as you see fit. Consciousness lack. I did see behind the mask previously. They really reached out to me, so maybe someone wasn't being their true authentic self in a situation and it resulted in them losing the situation altogether, is what I'm getting. And now it's rocky waters in order to travel back to you because they've allowed conflict. Maybe what I'm getting is when they were with you, or you was with them, switch the roles as you see fit. When they were with you, they never thought anything was enough. They were always searching for something else, whether it be money, an adventure, more love. It could even be education. They always put their attention into something else because they didn't feel like what they had was enough for you. But what I'm seeing is that they may want to come back in. They may have had a realization. Yeah, shadow, moon, the moon card. They're going within. Someone's gone within and looked at their shadow. So they looked at why they're feeling like that. Why they always feel a sense of lack when there's plenty there. They've gone within. They're seeing the hidden truths of their behaviour. They're seeing the hidden truths of possible conflict. What can you tell me for Virgo for December 2020? Virgo 2020. I'm getting for some of you, it could even be a relationship that you're in or a relationship that you have recently ended. Where that person never felt like anything was enough. And you was studying and working really hard to bring money back and it was just never enough. Victory and success. There you go. Victory and success, but at the bottom of the deck's emotional loss. So that's Six of Wands. Victory. And that's Five of Cups. Someone's looking back and they feel a sense of loss. And it could be someone that you've recently left who never felt like anything was enough. Yeah, love begins, victory, love begins, strength card. And then the throat chakra. Yeah, so victory and success now. So now that you've stepped out of that situation, you've stepped away from conflict, you're seeing the victory. You're seeing the victory. You're feeling victorious and new love begins. You've done a newfound love. You could have, yeah, you've come across someone else. So this may not have just recently happened. It may be something that's happened a while ago, but you've still been in your thoughts about it. This is a consciousness card. And maybe this situation, maybe you've had consistent relationships where you was with the wrong person. And I don't mean on purpose or it was bad relationships. It was just you possibly had a lack of awareness yourself, in terms of you hadn't gone through whatever was deep within you that was creating your relationships. You had some very good relationships, but you've never found a relationship that is really true to you, because you've never really known yourself. But at some point you've got this sense of lack, and because everything sort of ended the same, or the same sort of situations have happened, and you may have even focused on your career and things have changed within your career as well, and you've got a different expectation of finances and career. I know you're an earth sign, so you're very much about stability, but how you get that stability is possibly a bit different. But what I'm getting is what you've had in the past, and the relationship you've had in the past have given you a certain mindset, and that's a lack mindset of accepting that you're never going to have more than that, or accepting that you're always going to have to look over your shoulder, or accepting that people are going to always want more of you that you're not going to be able to give, and accepting it. And I think you're moving into a situation where you're going to find a very victorious situation, death and transformation. Brilliant. I didn't even know that was at the bottom of the card. I don't know when I stopped shuffling. But you're moving in a situation that's going to show you recognition for what you've done and what you've been through. And it's going to make you realize all the storms that you went through, all the back and forths that you had. And it's going to change your mentality, and you're going to fall in love. You're going to have a different type of love, even if it's for yourself. You're going to realize that you've got everything and you've given everything. And anyone that wasn't accepting, it was something about them. But it was also you in terms of you believed them when they said it wasn't enough. And that's what part you played in it, is that you actually believed them. And as you got to believe in them, you started to believe that about yourself. And therefore you then saw familiarities in relationships, and you thought, well, I'm the common denominator. But it's not necessarily that's who you was, that's who you possibly was told you was, and therefore you decided to see that. And because you decided to see that, that's what you're going to see. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, you've become trained, and it could have been something that started in childhood, but you've come trained to think that you've got to be with a certain type of person to prove yourself, or to prove who you are, to prove that you're successful, or you've got to have a certain item to prove that you're successful. And now you're no longer like that. Now you do things for yourself. Now you do things that make you happy, and you feel like you've got what you need to have. And what you're finding is that you're finding yourself, even if you've got less materials, you're finding that you're feeling more abundant. Yeah. Transformation, a death and rebirth. It's like you've reborn, changed your mentality from that conflict mindset. You're able to, you stepped in your power, you stepped into your strength, you stepped into your power, and you're able to speak the truth with the throat chakra card. Or maybe someone wants to come in and speak the truth to you. Yeah, you got the light card there. Look, happiness, base chakra. You found stability. You found some sense of stability. I'm getting on your own. And therefore you possibly realise who it is you want to be with. Yeah. Partnerships and alliances. Someone's feeling emotional loss. Someone's looking back at the lover's card, at the love connection. Don't get that that's you. Or maybe it is you. Maybe it is you. Maybe you met someone that made you feel very victorious, but you put your defenses up because this was very different to what you had in the past. And based on it being different, you thought that there was something wrong with that situation, when what it was is that you was used to unhealthy situations. You became unaccustomed. And I'm not talking about obvious healthy situations. I'm not saying you put yourself in abusive situations, but if you have a certain amount of relationships that go a certain way, there is common factors that will make you think that that's normal. And when you meet someone who may be a bit different, they're sort of alien to you, they may seem strange. But you may have met someone like that, and it may be a fire sign, Virgo. Seen a lot of fire signs here, a lot of fire here. Like with the wands, you've got the sun card and the power and the strength card representing Leo. The victory card, I think that represents Leo as well. You've got the three of wands as well, venture. So fire may be a fire sign. But yeah, but you may be feeling emotional loss. You may be looking back at this person because you possibly may have been a short-term relationship, but you possibly looking at this person thinking you weren't so different. You was actually healthy. And I'm not saying this person was perfect, far from, but they were just real. They were just real, and they accepted you for what you was. But you always felt like you needed to give more, or maybe you wasn't even in a position to give more at the time, and you may have pulled back because you felt like you didn't have enough to give when that person wasn't asking for that anyway. But it's not until you separated that you've realized that, or that they've realized that. So this could be the other person, how they feel about you. They maybe felt they needed to give you something, and therefore the attitude in the relationship was a certain way, and that was them trying to be possibly masculine. I won't say it's the man necessarily, but masculine, whether you're the man, they're the man, or you're the masculine energy and they're the more feminine energy, or they're the more masculine and you're the more feminine energy. But I'm getting that the masculine energy felt that they needed to prove something, and the more they couldn't, they had to step into another light to take control of a situation and cause conflict to sort of show their power, is what I'm getting. And I'm not saying heavy conflict. It might not have been really abusive. It might have been subtle conflict, but it was enough to drive a wedge in the situation. And maybe that's you. Maybe you've realised that you did that. Maybe you realised that you had your back up in a situation because of how you was feeling about yourself, based on what you was expecting to give that situation that you couldn't give, that you gave your other situations, possibly because that's what you've become accustomed to giving. And you've got to remember, you can only give what you've got. You can't, and you've obviously got to make sure you're safe as well, and that your bases are met as well, because we saw the base chakra card. You've got to make sure that your basic security needs are met before you can give anything to another. And sometimes you need to understand that giving away time is very precious. So if you're spending time with that person appreciates it, then you are not in lack of anything. That person's enjoying your company. One more card for Virgo, please. Yes, you found a new situation that made you happy, and it made you believe in love again, is what I'm getting. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Destiny card. This is fate and destiny. This was destined. Things are going to start moving forward quickly. Now that you're going to accept what it is, who you are, you're going to allow yourself to be your true, authentic self, and you're not, or this other person is not going to be in that lack mindset anymore and try and cause conflict like rocky water. Things are going to start moving forward swiftly. There's going to be swift communication. This person's going to want to build a partnership. They're going to want to go on an adventure. They're seeing you as true happiness. They're seeing you as victory. They're going to want to go on an adventure. They're finding the strength to come back after realizing that they're feeling lost without you. You're still in their heart. You're still in their heart. And they're going to speak up about it. And it's fate and destiny, because they're going to speak up about it. They're going to speak about their inner truth. And that in itself is going to cause conflict. But that, got the speaking card. They're going to come through with fast communication. And it's going to be the fulfillment of your wishes, because you stood your ground. You stood your ground. And I mean, when I say you stood your ground, you didn't rush back in when you felt that there was red flags. You allowed them, past person, past energy, you allowed them to live their life. You allowed them to be who they were elsewhere from you. You didn't try and change who they were. You accepted it, and accepted. They've never probably experienced someone that's just accepted it and then walked away. So not only have you loved yourself by walking away, you've also shown them unconditional love by saying, it's okay to be you, just not around me. And you will find someone that doesn't mind you being like that, which they've probably had loads of relationships like that. That's not been their happiest relationships, but they did meet people like that. And now they've realized that wow, they're willing to change now, or willing to stop being lack mindset now, because they've found someone that doesn't mind them being the way that they are. Because if they change, it's a choice. They're not being forced. So they're going to be able to speak up. And this is possibly something big for them, because usually they just put up with it and they feel what they're feeling internally. They feel that lack mentality internally. And there may be caused conflict on the outside due to feeling lack and wanting to show that their strength and wanting to be in control. Now they're actually going to use their throat. You've taught them this situation, this new love, this situation has taught them how to use their throat, how to speak up for themselves in the appropriate way. And that is the fated section. That's the destiny. This was destined to push them forward. You was destined to push them forward and make them feel good about themselves. And it's all coming together now, is what I'm getting. For someone out there, or some people out there. Got higher level of commitment there at the bottom, spiritual commitment. Oh wow, all that shuffling and it got back to this card that we started with. So someone that you've connected to in the past, someone that you've possibly known from childhood, may not have been in that capacity, well, not that capacity when you was children, but you may have known from your younger days, school days or whatever. But yeah, you've grown to know them, and possibly I'm just getting known them for many years. Someone that you've known for many years, and yeah, there was a friendship first, and you're maybe even feeling the loss of that friendship because you tried to be together, and yeah, and it didn't work out, and that person may be thinking they lost a friend. They took it too far, and they came to that friend with the normal behavior that they've had for years, and they shouldn't have. Victory and success. Yeah, someone's heartbroken. After heartbreak, someone's feeling victorious. Someone stepped out of heartbreak and feeling victorious. Now they've got their wish fulfillment. Or maybe someone also, as I said in this same sort of storyline that I'm picking up, is someone had someone who they should have seen as victory, and they didn't see them as victory, and now they're heartbroken about it because they had that lack mentality. They didn't really appreciate what they had in front of them. Even though they could see it, they didn't appreciate it, and now they're heartbroken at the thought that they can't get that back. But they are going to speak up. They're going to push themselves to speak up because it's wish fulfillment. Love begins, please. Yeah, they want a strong foundation. They want to build a foundation. This is just a happy foundation. This is not only is it the home, the 11-11 beginning card. You've got the love begins there. You've got the firm foundation. This is commitment. We saw the Hierophant when we were shuffling. Someone's going to be sending a message. Someone's going to communicate. It's going to be a positive message where they want to actually build something with you. They're feeling that passion. They're feeling that love. That Ace of Cups love. That honest, genuine love. That beginning of something. Something that can be built up. And they want a firm foundation. And then not only that, they want to enjoy life with you. We're not just seeing a house in this firm foundation. We're seeing people enjoying themselves. So they want to enjoy themselves. They want to have fun. They feel like they can have fun with you. They feel free because they're not in their mind anymore about what they don't have. And they want to communicate with you. But they're building the strength. Yep, there you go. They want the strength to communicate. I've said it. They want to communicate and tell you about that Ace of Cups that we just saw. They want to communicate. They want to communicate. They want to speak up. They're building the strength up to be able to speak up about how they're feeling. And that's where the throat chakra comes in. What we've got for throat chakra. Yeah, they want to celebrate. They want to celebrate with you. Because as we said before, they're looking back. They're looking back at what they had. They're looking back at what was available to them. I'm not getting that this person in question betrayed you. But when I say betrayed you, they may have betrayed you in the fact that they upset you and they may have dealt with the situation wrong. But I'm not seeing that they actually broke your heart in a sense of no third parties or anything like that you may have been aware of at the time, or that was actually the reason that you broke up. So there wasn't anything found out and that's why you broke up. This was just basically how they behaved and how they dealt with you. And look, they want victory. They want to speak up. They want to celebrate with you. They want victory. This is that victory card again. That 6. They want to give you the recognition that you deserve. The light card, please. The sun card. Maybe dealing with a Leo or another fire sign, as I said. Oh, wow. You've got the, look, the 2 Leo cards there over the Sun card. So yeah, Virgo, you may be dealing with a Leo or another fire sign is what I'm picking up. Yeah, and you may have a strong desire for them. Or this fire sign may have a strong desire for you. Like very powerful. Go well, very well together. It's got that same fire energy, and you both see the light. You've seen the light about your connection. And it may not be a fire sign. It may be someone that's just got fire in their chart. So you may have fire in your chart, Virgo. You may have, yeah, fire in your chart. They may have fire in your chart. But you're in your strength. You're in your power. You're feeling passionate. You're feeling desirable. They're seeing you as very desirable. And there you've got the Wands card at the bottom of the deck. Fresh, new, passionate beginning. They're seeing things in a different light. They're feeling very vibrant now. Seeing that Wands energy there. They're feeling very vibrant. They're feeling ready. It's like they've got a new lease of life now that they're able to, they've stepped into their power and they're able to communicate. But being able to communicate and actually being in your truth. And you don't have to be an excellent communicator to be an excellent communicator. I know that sounds a bit backwards, but once you're in your truth, you're speaking the truth. You're a good communicator by speaking your own truth. And actually, in speaking your truth and accepting someone else's truth, that builds on a conversation. It then builds on a discussion. You may not agree with each other, but it builds on a discussion, and that enables you to be a good communicator. A conversation that goes back and forth with people listening and responding. Now you've got the Three of Wands, with the Three of Wands going on this journey together. They're ready to go on this journey with you. Yeah, they've had their spiritual awakening. They've had their awakening. They're ready. They've walked away from whatever don't serve them. They've said goodbye to whatever they're emotionally attached to, even if it's an emotional feeling, even if it's a feeling, like I'm saying, about their past, about how they feel about themselves. We're at 22 minutes, and I do apologise, Virgo. Yeah, they've had an awakening about how they feel about themselves and how they've mentally felt about themselves and what they allowed themselves to believe. And they're walking away from that feeling. They're walking away from that feeling because they know that it's not true. And they're ready to go on an adventure now and actually build with someone from a genuine place. Yeah, they want to come back and sweep you off your feet. They want to come back and sweep you off your feet because they left you out in the cold. They walked away from this. Because maybe they didn't feel like they had enough. Maybe this is them feeling like they didn't have enough pentacles to bring to a situation. They didn't have enough pentacles to open the door and join this situation. But it also could mean they left you out in the cold. They walked away from the situation. They left you not knowing what the problem was, in a sense. Obviously, luckily, you were strong enough to understand that you needed to just keep on moving forward, Virgo. Yeah, you saw the truth. Now you're seeing the truth of the Destiny card. You're seeing it as fate and destiny. You're seeing the truth. You're seeing the truth of who you are. You're seeing the truth of what journey you're supposed to go on. You know what journey you're supposed to go on, or someone's seeing the truth that you're their destiny. You are what they want. And then they're ready to move forward. They're ready to communicate. They're ready. But they've chosen their option. And underneath there, you've got the Victory card again. Underneath that, you've got the Communication card. And underneath that, you've got you, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen, King, Pentacles, Earth sign. And there you look. You've got the Love card. Coming to offer love. Coming to offer love. Right, let me just read out of this book and then let you go. Hopefully you've come to the end, because this is a really good read. It's really about a lot of growth and about changing your mindset, or someone changing their mindset, or you helping someone to change their mindset by the love that you offered them, or for some of you, the love that you received has changed your mindset. And that can be nothing but positive. Right, something missing. A man leans dejectedly on a concrete heart, his back turned to the potential gold and beauty held there. His melancholy seems overwhelming. This card may reveal a similar energy for you at this time. You may be some financial limitations for you, possibly even significant money woes. But this card could indicate restriction in other areas as well. You may be experiencing some limitations in love or relationships, and the feelings of loss could be frustrating or sad. This consciousness card reveals even deeper issues than the great gratitude card reversed. It demands that you shift out of the lack consciousness now, even if you feel something is missing in your life. Your fear only restricts you further, making you more miserable and manifesting more limitation. It may be difficult to focus on something positive when you're lonely or you have financial troubles, but it's absolutely necessary to do so if you want to change that reality. Take the steps you need to resolve whatever issues may be bothering you. But don't stop there. Make the energetic cause to always acknowledge what you have, even to the smallest detail. Choosing to value yourself and your life will break down the harsh feelings in your heart and bring many amazing experiences to you. Affirmation: I let go of limitation and lack. I always choose to see the value in my life and in myself. And I think that just ties in. And I think that this month is where you're actually going to come through it all and see the reward for your actions, and actually feel the reward for your actions, and actually realize that you've never lacked anything, and you've just been on a journey of self-love. Anyway, thank you, Virgo. Sorry, that was much longer than it was supposed to be. Thank you. See you again soon. Take care.